Hello, Commander. So today I want to talk to you about a very interesting post in the Elite Dangerous forums today. Now, this post is the request to remove the the limiter for all AX weapons or human AX weapons, not Guardian based, just human designed AX technology, such as the AX multi-cannon you see right here, as well as the AX missile racks you've also seen. Now, these weapons, if you look right here, doing the read more section, it says right here, rapid fire projectile upon a trigger, because that's what this one is right now, right? Mounted with fully automated tracking, it fires small caliber shells comprised of hazards to Thargoid vessels. The turret mount can be controlled by active gunner, but this is the important part right here. There is a limit of experimental modules per vessel. This is an experimental weapon. But this weapon has been out for so long that it's really, really useless compared to Guardian technology. Because, quite frankly, if you have Guardian technology, you should run Guardian technology on your ships. This is no surprise to anybody. But what is interesting is that these weapons have been out for 4 to 5 years now. I remember when they first came out. Now, if you might be wondering why I'm running them on this ship, is because this is a Scout Annihilator build that I created. It's designed for support to cover the commanders who are doing the DBS and everything to the interceptors. This is designed to cover them from the annoying little scouts that can swarm us in CZs. So, this request on the forums is a request to remove that limiter, which would allow us to do some insane, fun, wacky builds. And I mean stupidly fun. Like, let's imagine all of the 2s and the 3s all turreted AX multi-cannons, and then because the limiter is no longer in effect, you could also put 2 small Gauss cannons up front, which means you would have the insane amount of DPS in the scouts around you, and then you could periodically take little shots at the interceptor that everybody's fighting to help give them a little hand with the hearts periodically. Of course, you don't really want to get in their way with a large vessel. You want to kind of stay away and do your job with the scouts, but periodically take a snap out of the interceptors to try and give them a hand. So then the real question is it worth it? Do these weapons actually add up? Well, the thing is that these weapons do add up with enough DPS. You can exert pretty much anything except Hydras, really. Hydras are the main thing that these weapons can't really do anything to. But what they can do, if you get enough of them on there, they might be able to slow the regen rate just a little bit down, enough for those commanders taking the shots with those Guardian weapons can really dig in there and do the DPS faster than normal, as well as doing other things. I mean, yes, you can kill scouts with standard weapons. This is no surprise at all whatsoever, ever, okay? I mean, you can, yes, that's the reason I have these weapons equipped, turreted, multi-cannon right here on overcharge, because pure DPS affects scouts. So, yes, you can do it with just these weapons, but AX weapons, when it comes to scouts, is far more superior than even an overcharged G5 multi-cannon. I would gladly run all turreted AX multi-cannons and have like 2 small Gausses right here. Okay, now keep in mind though, this doesn't need to apply just to large ships. You can do something similar to, let me pull out one of my other ships real quick. Apparently I don't have my chieftain here. I thought I did. Anyway, here let's go to Shatter. Just to give you guys a little more of an idea. So Shatter is a ship I designed for getting in close with the wonderful shard cannons I have. Now these are not the modified ones, I use the standard because I don't have the permit yet. I missed out on it. So with the 3 large shard cannons I have on here, and the 1 medium shard cannon I have on here, it does leave 1 left. Yes, flak is a very, very important thing when you go up against interceptors. But if you're trying to go after heart specifically, or trying to do DPS to an interceptor, you might want to substitute something like this for an AX multi-cannon to do that extra damage DPS to the heart. And if it's a turreted one, as you're flying around it, that cannon will constantly be going off trying to hit that heart if you can get skin on it, which in a fast ship like this you should have no problem doing at all. Now, a lot of other people don't use this. They'll use like 3 Gausses. So let's say they use 3 Gausses. You could substitute a bunch. You could put 2 AX multi-cannons in here to deal with those annoying scouts and have them on fire at will. That would allow them to just constantly go off, killing those scouts for you, while you target those interceptors in front of you, while those multi-cannons are up there doing their jobs, kicking those scouts off your rear. Now, this is an important thing to do because it will change up the meta. Now, a lot of people are reluctant to change because people don't want to look into new things. It requires work, it requires time. People don't want to change up the meta. But this is an important thing to keep in mind. You know, when you're talking about not only shifting up the meta, but trying to create new builds. And to be honest, this would allow you to do some of the stupidest builds in Elite Dangerous history, just for the sheer fact of the memes. And that's part of the fun in this, you know, taking something like that, going to, let's say, I don't know, let me pull something else out. No, that's wrong ship. Let me pull something else out. The Xbox ring. Similar design to what my Shatter is. But it allowed you to pull off some of the stupidest builds ever. For the sheer fact you can. And that to me is part of the fun. Changing up the meta, doing stupid builds, that's how we create new and eventful stuff. You know, half these builds that we've created over the several years we've been fighting these interceptors and bugs has just been memeing, trying something out, see if it works. That's how people learn in PvP. You know, they create something, they're not sure if it's going to work, and then they give it a shot, and it absolutely is dog trash, or it's absolutely one of the best things they've ever tried. Such as, like, if we had the limiter removed, what I would most likely do is remove all of these shard cannons right here, completely take them all off, and then put all turreted AX multi-cannons, and then even do that with the mediums, and then leave 2 small Gausses in here, just like my T10. Actually, you know what, I might actually change it up. I might have 4 Gauss right here, and then turreted multi-cannons right here, because that would allow me to do a lot more DPS to the interceptor, and really get those precision shots I need, and the mediums would help me do the extra DPS for the primary shots to do the work on the hearts. Yeah, you would have so much variety in how you customize your ships. You know, what exactly is it designed for? Yes, thermal vent beam lasers are among the most favorite, and they should be, because your heat stays below a certain amount, and it allows the interceptor to miss you if you do fly assist off. Yes, I know these things. And yes, you can do them, and you can do them really, really well. But it also shifts up the meta. You know, maybe you don't want to run just pure beam lasers. Maybe you want to design an actual cold ship without it, and just run a bunch of turreted multi-cannons, or better yet, Fix. If you can do it with Fix, I recommend it. Fix multi-cannons will do a lot more damage. But you can see how this could change it up, and especially with something like a Challenger. A Challenger is a very, very good ship to use, because a Challenger has 1 large, 3 medium, and 3 small. So you could literally put 3 small Gausses in there, because the weapon precision is amazing right there. You put 3 small Gausses in there, and then maybe a medium Gauss, maybe a beam laser if you want, and still have an AX multi-cannon up top shooting everything around you. You know, there's really no reason to hate this idea, in my opinion. Now keep in mind, some people completely disagree with me, and some people have gone off on me quite a bit saying it's the stupidest idea ever. But there is one more thing I want you guys to remember. This can be found in your galaxy map. I'm pretty sure you guys are gonna know what I'm doing. You guys may remember this system. It's the one where the Proteus wave failed. Keep in mind, Guardian Weapon is completely useless in this system. Which means if you go in there, you're only using standard AX technology. What good is Guardian Weapons going to do against that? And worse yet, what if the Thargoids find a way to replicate it to this system? Maybe they find a way to replicate it way over here. The point is that as long as this thing right here exists, where Guardian Weapon is completely useless, AX technology is the best we got for fighting a system like that. So, yes, Guardian technology is by far the king of AX. No, excuse me, I'm not even denying that. What I am saying is that working in combination with the old AX technology could create new results, new possibilities, new avenues. And even if it doesn't, at least we have the options. But for this system, Guardian Tech is useless. AX Tech is all we got. So going in there with a bunch of multi-cannons or missiles, depending on your preference, is the only way we're going to be able to fight in that system, and worse yet, if the Thargoids replicate it. Keeping that in mind will indeed help us make a better decision in what we're trying to do here. Because what happens if they decide to invade Sol? But as soon as they invade it, before the communicle even goes active, they get something and instantly activate that, canceling out all technology. Only thing we have is AX. What are we gonna do? Roll in with just standard stuff? Yeah, we could. I mean, yes, there are other options. There are advanced multi-cannons, and you can synthesize ammo. Now, some people honestly mistaken these for the standard AX. Advanced multi-cannons are not the same. Not even a little. This is one right here. But here's the thing. Unlike most weapons, you have to synthesize this ammo every time you want to use it. Standard. You need one Guardian Power Cell, one Guardian Conduit, and one Guardian Technology. 2 tin, 2 zinc. Do you really want to have to go out and farm this every single time you want to use these cannons in, let's say, HIP 22460, or if they do it anywhere else? You want to have to go out and farm this stuff just so you can use these guns. And keep in mind, yes, these can be engineered, and they're still not exactly as good as the standard AX technology. Yes, they're very, very good, but in reality, they're not really. But do you really want to have to farm this every single time? I mean, if these could be swapped, the ammo could be swapped out at the station, I'd say these things are pretty good as it is. But it's the very fact that you have to constantly synthesize this stuff, whereas AX weapons, such as the multi-cannons and the AX missile racks, you don't have to synthesize it unless you don't want to. You have, here, let me swap over to my T10 real quick. You have the ability to get more DPS on them. Yes, absolutely. And in some cases, it can definitely be a good thing, you know, to get that extra DPS. But you don't need to. If you want the premium rounds yourself, you're choosing to put that extra time and effort into farming those materials so you can use premium rounds, but it's not a requirement. The advanced ones, it is. And those things are absolutely dog trash until you engineer them. I know, I've tried. And done. They're dog trash, and the synthesis is not really worth it. Which is the reason that this suggestion is out there. This suggestion, let me show you this real quick. Synthesis. The AX small caliber. Yeah, these are the basics. So you can synthesize if you want, but you can go to the station and get the standard which already work. And yes, you can go on ahead and use the standard, which then gives you 5% bonus damage, or better yet, the premium, which gives you 10% bonus. But you don't need to do this. That's the funny thing. You don't need to get the premium or the standard. You can use the basics. That's the reason that this suggestion on the forums is actually a very decent idea. Now, that has been my forte on it. There are a lot of people that will disagree with me. You might be one of them. I'm not going to try and fight with you. You know, I don't want to get into one whole big argument. One thing I will say, though, is look at the possibilities rather than looking at the meta. Meta is very, very good, but metas change. That's part of gaming. And until we learn that, you know, we're still going with what we have, which is not a bad thing, but we could do better. Why not give it a shot? Well, this is Commander Super Scott 97, as well as John Chorus, because I have 2 different accounts. So thank you for stopping in and taking a look at it. So enjoy the rest of your day, Commanders. I hope to see you out in the black. Peace out.